Good morning, THEDAS. Let's get going right off the bat. I am ready. I am Ethan, or Baron, however you'd like to call me, and these are my lovely co-hosts for today.
Hi, I'm Asia.
Good morning, THEDAS. I'm Rowan.
My dudes, my name is Witchy, but you could also call me Molly.
Alright. So, today's topic is, we're going to go through our top 5 favorite and our top 5 least favorite Dragon Age characters, which is going to stir a whole big-ass pot.
So much.
There's going to be a lot of hands being thrown.
Ready for the fight!
All kind of hands. So, I assume... should we get the good news or the bad news out of the way first? Do we want to hurt people's feelings right away, or
I don't know, because either way you're gonna like upset people.
Yeah, there's always going to be that one person who's like, why wasn't Dorian on your list? So we might as well just start with the good and then end with a fight. Why not?
Okay.
Alright.
Also,
I'd much rather get a lot of positivity in and then be like, no, I absolutely hate this character towards you.
alright.
Yeah.
We could definitely do that. Also, when you watch the video back, everybody who watches it, in the background will be my Dragon Age keep. So I'm just gonna, while we're talking, just scroll through it and just show off what I got, just to have something in the background.
Gotcha.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Alright. So, I guess I should probably start if we and we're going best.
Can I just say in advance,
yes,
I
go ahead.
apologize for this suggestion, because I know it was my idea and it was just so hard.
No, I love it. It's great. A whole lot of opportunities and a whole lot of fun can come from this.
I'm so excited.
I know I'm gonna upset so many people. All right.
Who knows? Maybe you'll tell me someone you like and suddenly I'll start liking them too.
Hopefully, all right. So we will start. I gotta get this out of the way so I can see my list. Okay. My number one, or well, again, this is not in any specific order, but my number one favorite character so far is Morrigan.
Oh.
That sounded both like happy and sad at the same time.
I knew it was going to be a Morrigan, but...
Morrigan is just such a great character. Like, on top of just being awesome, I think the writing is just phenomenal for her.
So,
See-
I'm a little biased because I haven't played Origins, and I'm trying to keep it blind for when I actually do play it.
All right,
Oh.
I'll do my
But
best.
just from Inquisition, though, oh my god.
Right? She's great. She's fucking
No.
awesome. No, she's a bitch.
Oh.
I'll
Yes,
explain in later
yes.
time.
All right, to be fair, she is a bitch, but
Part of her charm.
she's my bitch.
A well-written bitch.
Hell yeah.
See, it's funny because I was explaining before we started recording, I made like 5 lists because I had to keep starting over again. And Morrigan was on every single list except for my final one. Like, she finally had to be removed. I was like, okay, I can't do this anymore. I have to make room.
I love Morrigan so much. She's so great.
I think she's a very well-written character. Can't stand her in any playthrough, no matter what I do.
have you romanced her before, or no?
I tried.
Without going too much into spoilers.
Doing it is like, I feel okay. So I'm gonna throw out some maybe controversial statements here. I feel like playing as a male Dalish elf who romances Morrigan and does the big thing is the most perfect storyline for the series. I think anything Dalish elf automatically makes the story better because the game is so entwined with Dalish storylines and such.
Yeah, it's very much become the elf story as it's progressed along. Which is totally fair. I mean, a lot of what we know so far in THEDAS is based off the Elven lore and the Evanurus and everything like that. So it's perfectly fair that the story continues that way. So I get what you're saying.
Yeah, so I have a hard time playing as anything that's not an elf unless I'm forced.
I love the dwarven intro, like the prologue, just because I like seeing like the machinations and like the steaminess that comes along with it.
Yeah, it's great. Witchy, were you gonna say something? Is it you?
Sorry.
No,
I
you're
was
fine.
gonna say I'm like excited for the next game though, because I want to know more human stuff. I want more, like, not saying elven stuff is cool and stuff. Like, obviously, it's like a highlight within the series, but I just want more like human lore. Give me the
Yeah.
lore.
Definitely,
for sure.
since you haven't played Origins, I would definitely suggest playing Origins because there is more of that.
Yeah, there's a good amount of it in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I'm
No,
sorry.
it's
No, you don't
no,
gotta
it's all
apologize.
right.
Why are you
I'm a
apologizing?
newbie in this fandom, okay? I'm
No,
a
it's fine.
junkie lad.
No, you don't gotta apologize.
No, that's
Nobody's
totally.
gonna get shamed for having played it yet.
It's
I'm a
funny.
fake gamer, okay, guys? Just you
Fake
can shame
gamer.
me in the comments. Go
Fake
ahead,
gamer.
guys.
No.
Cancelled.
No.
It's interesting, Rowan, what you were saying about the Dwarven origin, because like I've played Origins so many times, and like I'm ashamed to admit the Dwarven origins, both of them, I haven't done. Those are the only two I haven't done.
I can forgive you for not doing the commoner one because I think it's okay. It's okay. But the noble
Yeah.
one is fucking great, and it adds to the whole everything with Orzammar later on in the game.
Yeah, because you get to see how great and pretty the city is,
Yeah.
and then you see why it's slowly crumbling into pieces.
Yeah, like I've a few of my friends like are really huge fans of the Dwarven origins, and they're like, "You got to do it." I'm like, I know. I like using magic.
Yeah, right.
I feel that. I get it.
To touch on what Molly said a little earlier, for the human lore stuff, I definitely feel that. I mean, we don't know anything really about Antiva, Novara, Tevinter, like half the world we haven't even got to see, you know? We
Yeah.
only get like vague tellings from a character or two.
That's why I'm so excited for the next game. Like, I'm
That's
just like, gimme.
So, who here has read Tevinter Nights so far?
I have not
up,
finished
Sam.
it. I have,
Okay.
not, I have not finished it yet.
Okay, I will not say a word.
I
I will
know.
not say a word. It's very good. It's very, very good.
I know there's a couple stories that are based in Tevinter. I've
Yes.
only read one of them. I haven't gotten to all of them.
I've
yet.
only finished the first story so far, but I did purposely spoil myself because I was like, I gotta know what happens. So I know,
Oh,
so I
well,
know
see,
some of the things.
The big spoiler, I was just kind of like, when it happened, but like there are two stories. Like I really like the Antivan Crows, and there are two crow stories in there, and those were like
Yeah,
the
I have-
highlight of
Yeah.
the book. Yeah.
I've heard that.
The
they're
Talon one was so good.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh
Barry,
man,
you
if they're
gotta
not in
read
the
the one
game, I'll
about the Grey
cry.
Warden.
I'm gonna definitely. I gotta get on it more, and I gotta get through it. I still have so many of the books to read, and Asunder is by far my favorite. But I think I need
We
to
have to
get
get
onto
back-
the.
yeah.
Get back to the list, get back to the list.
This is why I was like, only five guys.
Yeah. All right. My second of my favorite characters, and here's another one to hit people right in the chest. Solus.
Oh.
No.
No.
Yes!
God, I hate that M.
Solus.
I love
Solus.
my Fade Nerd.
You already hit two of the people in my bottom. Wow.
I love him so much. He's so awesome, so well written, so fucking dope. I love it.
So
Like-
smart.
It's so funny. Like I absolutely hate his character, but I love how he's written.
Oh, exactly.
So,
but that's
like-
what makes a good character. Is that you?
Yeah.
That's why eventually I'm gonna get to another one of my characters, and you guys are gonna want to kill me. But he's.
If it's Logan, I'm in your court because I love Logan.
Well, I guess we'll just figure out as it goes. But hell yeah, I fucking love Solus, and he's a fucking great fucking character. Would anybody else like to throw in some more chime in right there?
Oh
on
no,
Solus?
no, I'll get to that once I get on Solus on my list.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll
Sam.
get to him. I'll get to my opinions of that egg bastard.
You leave my Fade Nerd alone.
Oh fuck. Okay.
Who's your next one?
My next one is Varric, because who doesn't love Varric?
Everyone loves Varric.
Who doesn't
Everyone
love Varric?
should love Barry.
I have a portrait of Varric on my wall above my bed.
Oh,
Nice.
that's so sweet.
I'll have to take a picture and
Chest
send it
hair
to
and
you.
all.
I
I've been-
actually found a person on Etsy who will go ahead and handcraft a like a leather-bound book,
Ooh,
and
Oh.
they'll go ahead and they'll put all of Varric's Hardened Hightowns in there for you.
that
Oh,
is fucking awesome.
Oh, that's so
Yeah, I'll see
fun.
if I can find the link again for you.
Yeah, for real. Send me a link. Yeah, but the portrait that I have of him was my little brother bought it for me for Christmas. Yeah, for Christmas, and he got it on like Redbubble.
Oh,
Nice.
that's
Oh,
so
that's
cute.
cute.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome. I was super excited when I opened it. I was like, what the fuck? I love this.
I'm like currently watching a playthrough of Dragon Age 2, and I'm just like falling more and more like in love with his character like every episode, and I'm like,
You can't not love him. He's so fucking cool.
It's the eternal like sad thing that we never got to romance him in that second game. Like the fact that they actually took out the one reference to the romance. Like,
yeah, I know.
You jerks.
I know so many people whose headcanon is, oh yeah, Hawk
Oh,
and
yeah.
Barrick are together.
Yeah. God, it's like Brian Bloom. I think that's his name. The guy who
Yeah.
plays, yeah. Varric. Voice, awesome. He's got an amazing voice. His writing is fucking perfect. He's the ultimate bro, right next to fucking Garrus from Mass Effect.
Oh yeah.
They are side by side perfect bros.
Like, it's funny with Brian Bloom because like he is also the voice of Steve Rogers in one of the Avengers cartoons that I really like.
Really?
And yeah, he's in Earth's Mightiest Heroes. And I was a huge fan of that right before I got into Dragon Age. So like I didn't make the connection at first, and then I read about it, like how it's the same actor, and I'm like, is it really? And I went back and watched Earth's Mightiest Heroes, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Varric. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's so
It's just
cool.
like the whole show is different.
Drake is Captain America confirmed.
What would he call his shield then?
I don't know. I guess that would still be Bianca. I don't know.
Bianca and Hawk?
Bianca, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that tweet that I put up about Bianca? But
No, I don't think so.
I put up a tweet about Bianca. It was like, I threw in a little Yu-Gi-Oh reference. It said Bianca's a third-rate duelist with a fourth-rate deck.
Oh, yeah, I did see that one.
Fucking, I think I'm funny. It was. Okay, I should move on to the next one.
Yeah.
The next one, as predicted by I think it was Asia that said it. Logain.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Logain, in my opinion, is one of the greatest villains ever.
Oh.
I love him, and with the context from the books, even more so. God damn, he's great, and his voice is great, and his writing is great. And every time I hear that voice actor in Star Wars: The Old Republic, which he's in like several times, I'm like, Logain!
And Mass Effect.
I don't remember. I haven't played through Mass Effect in like a year, so I have
Yeah.
to go back and listen to it again. I don't think I've noticed.
He's one
He
of the
voices one of
Korean.
Oh yes, he's
Yeah.
oh fuck, what's his name? The guy who's a total dick.
Yeah.
Zalcorus, right?
Yeah, I think
Yes,
that's it.
yes, Zalcorus. Yeah. Now I remember. Okay, I just had to think
I will
about
just
it.
have to find out. First,
He-
know what he did. Like, I know the first, like, 2 hours of the game. So all I know is that he's a major dick, but, like, I bet that will change.
Is so fucking cool and well written, and there's things that happen at the end where it hurts me to do and hurts me to not do. So
I mean, he did leave his best friend on the battlefield.
Oh yes, he's a total bastard, and what happened to King Kalen was a fucking travesty.
Well, his best friend's son, but
Yeah, well, it's my boy King Kalen.
That's basically his nephew, though.
It is
it's
basically.
It's true. Yeah, and but he's like, it's so weird because like I honestly did not like him until I read the books. And then I actually made him my warden in one of my worst playthroughs, like purposely doing all the bad choices.
Mm-hmm.
And he is my favorite warden.
He's so fucking cool. And also,
Like,
that was a spoiler.
That's not a spoiler, though.
She doesn't watch the. She doesn't know the game.
Yeah, but it's in
I was-
position. Like you know that you're gonna.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
I kind of glossed it through my head. What? He
Okay,
did what
nothing. You're fine.
Yeah, I didn't say any of like the spoilery.
Okay,
No, it was just a plot point. It's fine. I'm good.
It's fine.
Do what you gotta do.
That's a world state choice.
That it is.
There you
That it is. Okay. Next one. Let's go. My last favorite character is ya boy, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Alistair. Because Alistair is a good-ass boy, and I think he fits right there with Varric and Logain as total bro, best buddy, And I love every character in any BioWare game that's like, this is the character that's specifically tailored to be your best friend.
Mm-hmm.
I like him so far. He's a sweetheart. I will give him that.
He is a total sweetheart. He is a great dude.
Now, like, the question becomes, though, like, if Alistar, like, Loghain, and Varric were in a frat, like, which frats would they be? Because if they're all bros... like...
They would equally be the best bros, and they'd become best bros with each other, because they're so...
I don't know if I would trust all three of them together to make, like, any good decisions.
No,
the
definitely
whole
not.
Trinity of dumbassery at the same time.
Yeah.
Alright, so... That was my best. So we should move on to you guys want to do your best next?
I think I didn't. None of you guys said any in my top 5.
Yeah, same. No one said any.
That alarms me for my worst list.
All right, here we go. Not in any particular order, just like the order that I thought of. My first one is, of course, Dorian Pravis.
Yes. Yes.
He reminds me of one of my best friends. He's an absolute character. He's a gem. His one-liners are stuff of legend.
Yes.
And I just honestly love his storyline. They like put an emphasis on him being an LGBT character, but they don't like shove it. They don't make it.
That's only character trait.
Yeah, it's not his only character trait.
Exactly. It's not his only thing. He's also a blood mage, so he's like the best problematic fave that you can have. So that's why I love Dorian.
Yeah, he's great. That's a great choice.
Thank you. Alright. Okay, I'll just keep going then. My number 2, I love Krem.
Yes.
A lot of people really love Krem.
I love Krem to the point that I wish I could have romanced his sweet ass.
I'm hoping that's going to be in DA4. Like, if the Chargers are still around.
Yeah.
Like, if you made the right choices.
Well, if you made the right choices.
If that's in your world state, I think it would make sense. And also just having him, like, in Tevinter would make sense, too. Anyways, my reasoning, he's, like, a super sweet NPC that needs more love and like needs more writing, and again the one-liners. I don't know why I'm a sucker for one-liners, but like here we are with sarcastic humor.
Krem does have some really good one-liners. Back.
Especially if you romance Bull.
Oh yeah. I had a friend who recently came out as trans to me, and I have this new respect and view on Krem. So on my most recent playthrough, I love talking to Krem and just seeing what's going on with him.
Yeah, he reminds me of one of my close friends from high school, so...
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I love a good Krem. Krem. Anyway.
I was gonna say that! God damn it!
Oh my gosh, if you were a mage and you, like, freaking, like, romanced him, and, like, you used a lot of fire, you could call him your creme brulee? Okay, sorry. I'm really speaking now.
Give him all flaming styled weapons.
Yes. Okay, my next one is Josephine. I love her.
Josephine is really nice. Josie is great.
I love how, like, my note is she's an actual goddess, enough said, but there's more to say. I loved how, like, she's so knowledgeable about Orlais, but she doesn't, like, shove it down your throat. Like, she's very humble about her, like, information, and I really enjoy characters like that. I hate it when you have characters that are like, oh, I know this thing, so I have a superior complex, doop-a-doop-doo. Check out my bottom 5 in about 10 minutes, but,
I think I know who that is.
She's there to help, and she's such a sweetie. And then, like, the romance route is, like, actual, just pure fluff, and I just...
It's literally a Disney princess, like, storyline for her.
Okay. My last 2 are from DA2. I love Isabella.
Yes, Isabella's great. Isabella's fucking awesome.
My note is I love a boss-ass bitch who gets... Oh no, my computer. I love a boss-ass bitch who gets what she wants.
Hey!
Like, she's so unapologetically herself, and like, there's too many female characters who aren't very assertive or just doesn't give a fuck. And like Isabella's written like to be that so well and not like cringy that she's a beautifully written character.
Yeah, she is boss bitch. She doesn't sell boss bitch, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. She doesn't have to pretend she's a boss bitch. She is it. She just exudes it. Okay, and then my last one, maybe I don't know if it's controversial. I know a lot of people like him. I love my edgelord Fenris. Like,
Yes. Yes. That's mine too. It's all right.
I'm gonna say something controversial here. I did not like Fenris for the longest time until
I still don't like him.
Actually, okay. So I'm gonna say that I like him in Blue Wraith.
Yes.
Oh,
he's
okay.
so well written in the comics.
In DA2, I think he is boring. And I don't think I've ever taken him, ever.
Oh, we're gonna have some words when we get to my list.
For the record, I did everything I could not to put him on my worst list, only because I think there's other characters that I dislike more. But I
don't know.
I don't dislike him like, oh, I hate him. He's just not that interesting to me until, like, does he have an interesting backstory? Yeah. But I don't think when he's in the game, he's that interesting.
I mean, if you romance him as a mage, it gets very interesting.
Oh, it gets real interesting.
Oh, I bet.
I've been told by many people, if you get him to open up a little bit, he's really, really funny.
He is.
Yeah.
He's hilarious.
I just can't get past the brood.
He broods too hard.
It's too much.
Maybe I like a guy who broods. Come on, let me like Fenris.
He's a champion brooder. That's
Exactly. He'll win every time. 10 out of 10 death stares.
He's
Alright,
the kind of guy who wears a leather jacket when it's 95 degrees outside. No, I've got to look cool.
No, I mean he likes things that are practical. I don't know if he would do a leather jacket, but he would definitely have like some kind of like duster on or something.
Even wearing all black, like still looking good. Maybe have a black sun hat on too. Like if he was modern, I see him as like that fashionable dude who still wears black all the time.
You know who I see him as? You guys ever play Infamous Second Son?
Yes.
I think he would dress like Delson Rowe from that game.
Yeah, that's
the main
fair.
character. He's wearing a red beanie and a jean
jacket.
Yeah, and a sweater underneath it because he's cool and edgy.
And then he's got a chain wallet, but it's not a wallet.
It's just a chain.
Okay.
Fenris is an e-boy.
Like no, he dresses in like practical armor. What?
Is it practical? It doesn't even cover his arms.
He doesn't need it to.
He's too jacked.
Anyways, I also like the Fenris and Hawkfix. They always are really good.
Yeah.
So, like okay, anyways, that's my top 5. Not really controversial, just a lot of sweet beans and a broody boy.
And a broody boy.
Hell yeah.
A lot of good beans.
Alright, AJ Rowan, which one of you guys wants to take the reins in the next one?
I mean, I can go next. That's fine.
Alright.
I got it.
Alright, so, I guess going right off of that, I did put mine in numbered order, but, Fenris was my number 5. And it is because of, like, honestly, when I walked into Dragon Age 2, I knew the spoiler about what would happen in Dragon Age Inquisition, because I started playing right when Inquisition came out, but I was determined to play Origins, Awakening, Dragon Age 2, and then Inquisition before going into it. So, going into Dragon Age 2, I was committed to not getting committed to anyone in the game because I wanted a certain outcome in Inquisition, though, because I really loved Dragon Age 2 as a whole.
Yeah.
And then I did romance Fenris, and I was like, oh, okay. This is one of the best romances. Yeah. It's like, oh, okay. Like, especially if you're a mage, if you romance him, he is absolutely so conflicted about it because he's like, I've just traded one magister for another one. Yeah. And it gets really interesting dynamics. So
yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Anyhow. Got two people who don't like him, two people who do.
He's on my top
got an
list.
interesting story. He just not. I just find him in the game boring. His story is interesting.
He if you could actually either make friends with him or really rival him.
Yeah.
He has some great one-liners. He does open up, but if you're right in the middle, he doesn't do anything.
To be fair, I always get him all the way to Paragon because Paragon. I get him all the way to friendly or whatever it is in Dragon Age 2. I like him. I like him when he is nice. Because you are right. I've experienced that, but I think overall he's just not my cup of tea.
Right. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Also, my dog won't stop barking, and I'm sorry. I don't know if you guys have heard it, but
so in going with Awesome Wingmen, my number 4 was Dorian.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Fuck yeah.
I do really like Dorian's romance, but I actually usually play as a female Inquisitor, so you don't get to romance him then. But he makes the best friend ever, and I adore him.
Also, just the side romance of him and Bull is just.
Oh, it's so cute.
It is really cute.
It
I'm a Bull shipper at heart, so usually my playthroughs I romance Bull, so I don't get it, but I have done playthroughs where they get together. If I'm not with Bull, then I want Dorian and Bull together.
I love hearing their banter when you're walking around anywhere, and Bull's like, "You leave those freely things behind on."
You did that on purpose.
It's just so
you
good.
sly dog.
They are great, and I've purposely gone on Google or whatever and just type in how to make this happen because I need it to happen.
Well, if you don't get it, here's a trick. If you don't get to happen in the main game, bring them both with you in Jaws of Hakon, because Jaws of Hakon knew that there was a banter problem, so banter spawns more often.
Ah.
Yeah.
So anytime in a game when I don't get them by the end game, I just take them both to Jaws of Hakon, and they're romance by the end of it.
Didn't even know that.
Yep.
Had no idea that was a thing.
This podcast would have a pro tip. There you go, friends.
There's actually a compilation video of all the Inquisition dialogue between every single character.
Yes.
It's 5+ hours long.
Yeah,
Thank you, Data Duchy out there. I love you. I watch that so often.
Yeah, I watched Data all the fucking time. Very helpful. Also, I just realized I had this fucking second tab open of YouTube this entire time.
Oh no.
Oh.
There you go.
Listen, leave my Smite gameplay alone.
Alright, so next time, my last 3 has been on no one's list yet, so this will be a nice change.
What do you got?
My number 3 is Cassandra.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I almost put her on my best list. She was right on the verge of getting on there, but instead I put Alistair. It was her or Alistair. And I do love her, and she's always my romance.
Cassandra is the reason why I had to do my list 5 times, because she ended up not on my list all 4 of the 5. I was like, no, Cass has to go on here somewhere. I can't not have her on the list.
I like her family and her homeland more than I like her.
Oh,
Ooh.
gotcha.
Yeah. I'm
Big
more
hot
interested
take.
in Navarra and their culture and all the cool references than I really am about Cassandra. I think she's well written. I think she's a cool character. I think she's dynamic. I just can't get behind her like that.
She just has such an interesting perspective, and I was already Cass, you're awesome, and then the scene with Varric and the book happens, and I was like, I will die for her. This is amazing.
I did, however, make sure that I could get her the romance book from Varric just to watch it happen.
Oh yeah, because it's so good.
Oh, that was so
It's
good.
great. I love it. When I first did that, I can't even tell you how much I was fucking just geeking out, laughing, just dying.
And all of the options are great too.
Yes,
every
they are.
single one gives a different experience, and it's fantastic.
It's so good. I love it.
All right, next. This is a very controversial one, and I know I'm just gonna get a lot of groans. So, my next favorite character is Severin.
Boo!
I don't know a whole lot about Severin, so I'm more curious than everything.
To be fair, I am. I'm in the. I feel like I'm definitely in the minority here. I do not like him.
I love him.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like him.
Because he's a sexual deviant.
But he's not. Okay. This is another case of if you actually romance him, you find out stuff. That
I know. I've done it before. I just...
Totally wants to join in the three-way with Isabella, and I'm all.
And you can get that to happen if you try really hard.
I
so
feel like he doesn't...
there's another pro tip.
I feel like I'm constantly being like, no, Zevran, stop, leave me alone. And he's like, but hey, would you like a little bit of this? And I'm like, no, please no.
That's why I love him.
He's too persistent.
He is extremely flirty. So he's an Antivan crow. Yeah. You need to play Origins.
Oh,
man.
I can't wait for
you
you
need to play Origins.
As soon as I have a computer that can run it, it is my plan to play DA2 and Origins.
Definitely. They're all available on Steam now, so there you go.
I have a Mac, but I'm planning on getting.
You can still play two plays on a Mac.
Let me explain this story. So the day of EA, I was in if you guys know Jackdaw has an awesome Discord that I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in there with you.
Yeah, it's a great Discord. They're all super sweet. So everyone like encouraged me to go get DA, and since it was on Mac, I was like, perfect, I could finally play Dragon Age and not be a fake fan. I tried downloading it. I downloaded it, I purchased it. Origins runs fine on my computer, but as soon as I tried to install it, it wouldn't. Mac has this thing now with the newest updates that you can't play 32-bit applications. And Dragon Age 2 is a 30-bit 2-bit. So, to all my fellow Mac users, do not get Dragon Age if you have Catalina or older, or Mojave or older. You won't be able to play it.
I hadn't tried to play it since I upgraded to Catalina. Thanks for that.
You're not going to be able to.
Cool. So I got him on my PS3.
If you can get the original Xbox, or even just the 360, they will both play Dragon Age and Dragon Age Origins 2 with no problem.
Yep.
Yeah. And finding one of those is actually really cheap. They're like maybe $60.
I'm so confused. You said the original Xbox?
Yeah.
The original.
No, you mean an Xbox One.
You casually have an original Xbox laying around?
You mean an Xbox One.
I mean, like, wait, how you get that to work on an original Xbox?
Yeah.
Wait, did DA Origins not come out for the original?
No, it came out for
360.
But you can get you can get an Xbox One.
I thought you were about to pull out some crazy technology intelligence that I was unaware of. I was like, do you know how to fucking pull some kind of jailbreak on an OG Xbox to play some crazy shit? What the fuck?
No, I'm just simple and I forget.
No, it's fine. I assume people do that shit all the time because I see online where people are like, hey, I pulled out the fucking mega structure of this iPhone and all of a sudden I can play...
Oh, yeah. And then I melted down these pennies along this line for a better conduit.
And I made a homemade PS5 so I can play literally anything. Like,
oh boy.
Just a dash of cinnamon on this motherboard.
If you can get an Xbox 360, they're really cheap. They're like maybe $60 max.
Oh yeah, I own 3.
Exactly. See, you could always play Origins and 2 off of one of those.
Yep. That's how I play Origins and DA2. I have a PS3. I just bought them for the computer in case something ever happens to the PS3.
I got something for you guys to judge me. Oh, but actually, you go first, Witchy. No, you go first.
Oh, I've never owned a console, so that's why I prefer computers.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I got something that everybody's gonna roast me for. I have bought every single Mass Effect and Dragon Age game, I think, anywhere between 3 and 5 times.
I mean, I've bought all the Dragon Age games twice, so like I can't.
I've bought them all 3 to 5 times.
Oh no, that's so much money.
So I've bought all. I got them all. I got Dragon Age 1, so Origins. I bought it once on PC, once on Xbox 360, and once on PS3. And then sorry,
go ahead, my bad.
Okay, and then a 4th time on Xbox One. And then I bought Dragon Age 2 once on the Xbox 360, once on the PS3, once on the Xbox One, and once on my PC.
Oh my god.
And then same thing with Inquisition. And then same thing with all the Mass Effect games, except the Mass Effect games get even more in depth with how I've bought them several times. But I won't get into that for this.
No, I had to buy Inquisition 4 times because I bought it for the 360, and then my friend told me, "Oh yeah, well it was meant to be an Xbox One game." And I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." So eventually I got an Xbox One. I bought the Xbox One version of Inquisition.
Mm-hmm.
Then I got a PS4, and I had to buy it for that. And then I had a PS4 issue, and I was like, you know what? Nope, I'm just gonna buy it for PC and make my life easy. And bought it again, and I was like, now I need to do all kinds of mods. Now it's the only one that I'll play.
I mean, my story is pretty similar with Inquisition. I got it for the PS3 and was like, oh, it looks like garbage on the PS3. Okay. So
finished before they're even done rendering.
Yeah. So I bought a PS4 and Inquisition. Just like it was my Inquisition machine for the longest time.
Yeah.
And then the only reason why I have it on the PCs, though, like I said, in case the PS3 ever breaks, is like I bought them when they would be on sale on Steam. So like they were like maybe $10. Like, okay, I can justify this again.
The summer sale.
Yeah, the summer sale.
Hey.
All right.
Yeah, next one.
Yeah, I still have one left.
Yeah.
But anyway, with Zevran, like, he's great. I know a lot of people hate him because, like, and it's not a spoiler because it's the very first scene he shows up. He tries to kill you.
Yeah.
That's the best part.
It is so great.
His whole thing is like, oh no, I have failed to kill you. Let me be your best friend.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. I love him. I adore his accent. His story is so good. His romance is so good, especially like if you end up like if he falls for you too quickly, like you get a different romance than if you do it gradually.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. I love him.
It's kind of like it's kind of like Jack from Mass Effect 2. Does the same thing. Where the more you draw out the romance, the better it ends up.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I'll have to go play again.
Yeah, he like he can fall for you too quickly and then like kind of panics, and it's great.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and last but not surprising to anyone who knows me, my number one is Iron Bull.
Ooh.
Yes.
Senior art, I understand.
Yeah, right. Like I said, anyone who knows me knows that Iron Bull is my favorite.
He's great. Fucking Freddie Prinze Jr.
Yeah, exactly. So
he was in Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, he was. The journey to Iron Bull becoming my favorite character is very long and weird. But basically, I was playing Inquisition. Like I was just trying to romance everyone, and on my playthrough to romance Solus, which did not work out, which I will get to when we get to the least favorite.
No.
Yes.
Suddenly I was like, well, you know what? I guess I will just romance Bull. I mean, he's really funny and he's fun, whatever. This will be one of those romances. It'll be great. And then I was hit by a turnip truck and realized that his was the best romance in the game.
Turnip truck.
And the rest is that. I love him. I love his story. Right now I'm doing a worst world state where I actually did not save the chargers, and I hate every single minute of it because like and I'm romancing him, so like what he's doing to you no longer means anything, and it's absolutely heartbreaking, and it's just so good. They did such a good job with him.
Yeah, he's.
I think little tears right now.
Yeah, I think he's like highly underappreciated. And a lot of people think like his romance is a joke, and it's actually like it's probably the best of the game.
I love it. I think it's really good. I think personally, but I'm super biased, that Cassandra's the best, but that's because it's cheesy and sappy, and I love it.
Cassis is really good too. Like I will give you that.
Yeah.
So those are mine.
All right. Good shit. All right, Rowan, regale us with the tales of your love for characters.
All right, I'll breeze through the first, I think two, because we already kind of covered them.
Okay.
No particular order. Varric, obviously.
Hell yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
He's cool. He's down to earth. He tells stories. You know, I love his whole thing.
Hell yeah.
I love his dialogue. Whenever he has to whenever someone needs something from me, and he's like, no, I know a guy though. I got you.
I also love that like he uses his connections like in like DA2 he like used the connections to like keep people away from Anders.
Mhm.
He like
Yes.
he's
He watches
secretly
over.
he secretly keeps everyone safe. He's basically Batman. Come on, guys. Like he's the coolest Batman.
See, I just think of him as like the dad of everyone in DA2.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is pretty dad. He kind of dad bod shaped, to be honest. Another one that I absolutely love, Solus. You know, how I know a lot of people don't like him for very specific reasons, but Dragon Age Inquisition was my first game that I played, and so I had no idea anything about the world. And I picked a mage because I'm like, why am I going to hit someone with a sword when I can hit them with a fist made of rocks?
I mean,
And so I ask him questions, and he likes that, and so we perpetuate the cycle of, ooh, let me ask that question. Hey, thanks for asking that question. Let me tell you more things. More things, please.
How to get on Solus's good side? Ask him questions.
Every time. And I love the whole thing where, you know, he's your best, if you choose to make him your best friend. He's there the whole time, and then suddenly he's the villain, and that's honestly my favorite kind of villain.
He's great.
Yeah,
For
I
sure.
love him so much. Zevran is up there.
Yay!
Yeah. I love his whole thing of, I failed to kill you, let me be your best friend.
It's so good.
It's such a good introduction.
Like, he's so blatantly funny, but he's not trying to be funny. He's not telling a joke, he's just stupid.
Yeah.
And when he does try to tell jokes, like, they're terrible, and you're just like, oh my gosh, just stop talking.
It's me.
So Iron Bull is also in my favorite.
Yay!
Ooh, look at that.
And I loved Iron Bull because I played with Kunari, so I immediately loved the Kunari, and I wanted to learn everything I could about them.
Kunari are great.
I love them. They are one of the coolest races, you know, being like mid-20-something with no idea where you're going, and they're being like, oh yeah, there's a whole society where basically they tell you you're really good at a thing, and then you get to be really good at the thing. I'm like, that sounds great. But I accidentally romanced him.
No accident. No accident.
There's no accident.
There's no accident.
It's called
there.
a happy little
happened.
accident.
His dick didn't slip in accidentally. Come on.
I actually have a running joke with my friend Mo that Kunari don't have dicks. They just have really long arms.
Oh god.
Oh.
Because
man.
the scene where everyone barges in and they just stare at it.
And they're like, oh no.
They're like, the only reason you would stare that much is because it's not a dick.
Or it's
Shit, why did you say that?
It's actually 3 dicks.
Have any of you guys seen like the talk that Mike Laidlaw did on? It was at some games conference where they were talking about that scene and how like they went into detail, and then they were like kidding with the 3D modeler, and he did so much research.
Yeah. And he actually made a model of the dick.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
But when you
Yeah.
go into
Like,
the
we can't actually do that. What are you doing?
But
That is
then
fucking hilarious.
if you go
I
into the
love it.
game and do the fly cam, I'm pretty sure it's like a black box.
There's a black box. Yeah.
But originally the guy made a fucking model for the dick.
That is
That guy is committed to his job.
Hell
Let me
yeah.
tell you. That scene is like my favorite scene of the entire
It's
game.
pretty
That
damn
is a
funny.
solid one.
I've never experienced it myself because I've never romanced Bull.
Well,
But
'cause
Good one.
It also makes like no sense in the context of the romance, because whose room is that? Is it Bull's? Why would they
No,
be
it's
looking
your
for you? No, it's not. Because
Yeah,
they
it is.
they walk right in. Off
yeah,
of
it looks.
Oh,
If you
no,
look
yeah,
at it,
yeah.
it looks like it's Cullen's bedroom.
It's not Colin's
Right
bedroom.
behind.
It's the bedroom above
Yeah.
the tavern. Like
Yeah.
there's a
oh, that makes
tavern.
so much more sense if it was.
Yeah.
I think the
Oh,
way
So
yeah.
that.
no, you can see them in the background. They're on the ramparts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it looks like Cullen's room.
There's a empty space above the tavern, and it's like, why would they be looking for you in there? It makes absolutely no sense.
Somebody
and that's,
probably ratted you out and was like,
So
"Yeah,
it's-
he's with Bull."
And then
Dude.
out of context, all 3 of them show up and they're like, oh, I guess
Yeah.
we found the Inquisitor here.
Yeah, exactly. It's like Bull totally told them ahead of time that the Inquisitor would be napping there or something like that, just so he could show off. You
I
know
fucking
it.
love that idea.
That's my new
I love
That's my new
that.
headcanon.
I would like to interrupt I just probably got really loud because I got really close to the mic. There is a fucking massive hornet outside my room right now.
Oh gosh.
Slamming itself into my window over and over again, and it needs
Murder
to
hornet.
fucking stop.
Do you think he wants to join the podcast?
He can join my ass because I'll.
Oh, you don't want that either. You don't want
Oh.
that either.
That is.
No, that would hurt.
Ooh, I hope he goes away. I'm sorry about that.
I
That's
hate
fine.
it. I hate it so much. Get away! I want to die.
He's your new number one fan.
I don't have. I don't even have words anymore. All right.
Okay, but yeah, right after the mission with the Chargers, you can talk to Bull, and the nicest option to me sounded like the romance option. I was like, all right, whatever, let me tell him the nice thing because that sounds like the nice thing to say. Literally the next scene, arms against the wall, so you want to ride the bull.
Oh no.
And I was in shock, and I was like,
You're like,
yeah,
yes.
let's go with it.
I mean, if you're offering.
What? Oh, God, what show is that? It's a yes, the penis.
And then I
I
had
mean-
such a hard time with my last one. I really did. But I went with Scout Harding.
Yay!
Yeah.
At least
Scott Harding.
Harding.
Oh my
Scout
god, what a
Harding.
bean!
Yeah, sweet bean,
so
the
cute.
sweetest bean.
It's like, oh yeah, there's dead people coming out of the lakes, and you're like, neat. What's new, Scout Harding? And she's like, oh yeah, I got new. It's like, you go, Scout Harding. Thank you.
That's
and
another romance that I wish existed in
Yeah.
Inquisition.
I'm sure it'll pop up in 4. I guarantee it.
She was my original romance option, and I asked my friend Mo, who got me into the game. I was like, Mo, do I get to romance her? Or am I just flirting? He's like, no, she's not romancing. And I was
Yeah.
like, why?
Who can say where?
You just get that one scene in Jaws of Hackon if you did all the romance flirts and romance no one else, but it's not really.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then she's like, oh yeah, you're cute, Inquisitor. It's like,
It's Blush.
I mean,
Oh, she called me cute.
I think it'd be kind of cool if like Harding was one of the companions, because it would make sense. Like she knows the
Yeah.
most
Yeah.
of the scouting, and like she's the main person to go out for the Inquisition. Why would the Inquisition send anybody else?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would
Except
actually
maybe
love
the
for her to
Chargers.
take up- I'd love for her to take up like a stronger NPC role
Mm-hmm.
where you talk to her to like get new missions on tabletops or things like that, where you can actually have like full interactions with her instead of bringing her out into the field.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm hoping it's going to be something like that. Like her and Charter, I think, are going to play a much bigger role in the next game.
Oh, especially.
Yeah.
Wait, was he in? Never mind. Ignore me. I'm thinking out loud, and it's not connecting dots.
You're good.
Okay.
A
Alright.
very honorable mention before I dip out for this part. Blackwall. He's my most recent
Yes!
playthrough.
Yes. I love
Oh.
Blackwall. I love
He
him.
He just reminds me of Wolverine, and I got a soft spot for Wolverine.
Nobody gives credit to my fucking warden boy.
I know his whole
my
storyline.
feelings.
I know his
He
whole storyline. I
is
accidentally
great.
ruined it for myself, but I want to know,
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my list.
I love him. All right. We've already... That took us... I didn't realize how fucking long it would take us. to
This
get
is
through
what I
the
was
best-
saying.
I
We're
mean,
gonna-
I was like,
to be
This
fair,
was like, we can't do 5 for each game. It
I don't
would
even-
take too long.
yeah,
Oh
that
my
would take
God.
forever. But honestly, hey, whatever. I'm here for it.
Same.
All right.
Having a lot of fun. I appreciate it.
I'll start my worst,
Here we go.
and this is when I'm gonna start the
This is where
backlash.
This is where the fights are going to start.
Yep, this is where we actually like
Oh,
we were friends
boy.
before,
All
but now
right.
we're gonna be enemies.
All right.
My hands are ready.
This one I feel like is 50-50 in the community, much like pretty much my entire worst list. I'm sorry, but my number 1 is Sarah.
No!
I
No, actual bitch.
Oh!
No,
No! Oh!
I fucking
No,
love
I feel
Sarah.
that one.
Thanks, Rowan. I love you.
I got you.
No,
I hate her so much.
Oh no! No!
She's so annoying.
Oh no!
Hey, do you want to go jam bees
Dang.
down that guy's pants? And you're like, no. Why would I jam bees down that guy's pants? I
Exactly.
don't like him. Okay.
Because why the fuck not? You're in a video game.
Because I'm a good bean, and I don't want to do that. She's annoying, in my opinion. I don't like her.
I will always support characters who are just there to cause like pure chaos and just fun. I will always support that. We need more people like that. I love her.
If given the option to do more chaotic things as an Inquisitor, I would love Sarah. But as the Inquisitor, you're kind of only the hero. Mm-hmm. Therefore, I don't want to cause chaos.
I just think she's annoying.
I mean, she's like the best rogue in the game, though. Like, as much as I like Varric, like
I disagree. Varric
is
the best.
dies a lot in the field, and Sarah does not. Sarah's practically a tank if you spec her out right.
I wouldn't know because I've never taken Sarah.
Sarah's the best.
She's so aggravating to me.
If you take Sarah and Bull out, I guarantee you will be amused for hours.
Oh yeah, I've heard some of the banter. It's great. She makes me want to bang my head against walls. Mm-hmm. Next on the list, this one is a 50-50. I can tell Rowan's going to be on my side for this one. Vivienne.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I gotta leave the chat.
Yeah, it's like, sorry. I gotta go.
She's so stuck up and it's annoying the hell out of me. The only time I take her...
There's more stuck up people in the fucking game. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, like... Wait. So, like, you like Morgan, but you don't like Vivienne?
No, but the thing is, though, is that Vivienne's a bitch to me.
Oh.
And Morgan is not a bitch to me. She's a bitch to others.
I mean, Vivienne can be nice to an Inquisitor.
I want to throw out there that I always get every character that I'm saying right now that I hate or whatever. I always get them to max approval anyway because I've played the game enough to where even if I dislike them, I always get them to like me because I feel like it's a part of the story that way. So as much as I hate Sarah, I still do all her quests and all that shit, and I make her like my character because I just feel like that's how it should be.
You're just out there in the field like, God, I hate you. All right, go collect your jars.
Yeah, pretty much. And by Trespasser, I do like Vivienne, and I do like her when I do her quests and all that. But my ideals don't align with hers. And so if I genuinely was to play through the game and not cater to the characters and was to go like straightly off my beliefs and stuff, Sarah and Vivienne would fucking hate me, and I probably wouldn't have them.
Interesting. So
I haven't had a playthrough as a mage, or I haven't had a single playthrough where Vivienne doesn't tell me that she's leaving the Inquisition.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. She's divine in my canon.
I hate her so much, I won't even do her quest to go get the books that help the mages.
Oh, wow.
Jeez.
That's how much I hate her.
You're hurting them so hard.
No, I don't hate Vivienne. Like, I do really like her. I get why people don't like her.
Yeah.
And, like, for the longest time, I didn't like her. But when I accidentally made her divine, and it was an accident, I suddenly, like, really came to appreciate her character.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the worst outcome.
Yeah, it is. But that's...
I just connected a ton of dots. Okay, never mind. Ignore me.
Alright, I got my next one coming up. This is another really, really hot take in the community.
I swear.
This is like I'm gonna say this is like a 60-40 and I'm on the 40.
Go ahead.
I cannot stand Anders.
Yay! Yes. Okay.
Honestly, kind of same.
Yeah, we can agree there.
All right, Rowan, what do you think?
I want to like him. He's
Same.
So whiny.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I want to point out, I fucking loved him in Dragon Age Awakening.
Yep.
He's so good, but then he becomes a fucking bitch, and I hate him.
He's like, "Come on, guys, the mages." It's like, yeah, I know, I am a mage.
I am a mage, as you see.
And then he fucking betrays you.
This giant stick.
The son of a bitch.
The romance option's kind of like weird to me too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like,
he's very clingy.
Yeah. And like part of me, there was actually a fic I was just reading that was like, oh, what if Anders is more attracted to the thought that like Hawk is like a high level in society mage rather than just Hawk as a person, and that kind of like
that's always how I read that.
He's just very toxic.
He's a well-written character. I give him that. But he's not the type of person I would personally hang out with if I had a chance.
Yeah. Oh yeah, same. I'd be like, get the fuck out of here.
He to me seems like he would say, if you love me, you'd free the mages.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
He pretty much does that. Yeah.
Canceled.
Canceled.
Anders is canceled 2020.
I've been canceling Anders since 2011. Fuck that guy.
Okay, well, baby fandom here.
It's funny because like every single one of my friends is the Anders defender, and I'm always just like, I'm sorry, no, I can't.
I'm literally on my screen right now. I'm focused in on the Anders execute.
Yeah, literally, he just killed so many people.
Yeah,
just because he thought that mage is me. I can't stand behind. Like,
yeah,
great writing. You don't see it coming, but like, well, I didn't see it coming, but like. I can't handle him.
Yeah, no, it's even to the point now when he gives you that task. Like, I'm 100%er in Dragon Age 2 because it's just so short that it's like, yeah, just do everything, whatever. Yeah. I will not do that task. And it doesn't stop anything, but I'm like, I'm not helping you in this. I'm sorry. No.
Yeah, you fucking user. I'm personally offended, Anders, you son of a bitch. Alright, now I'll go on to the next one, which is one that we already discussed. I don't like Zephyr.
My baby crow!
I know, everybody else likes him, I'm sorry.
What if Severin becomes a Talon and...
I literally will lose my mind if he's in Dragon Age 4.
I just hope that if he is, that they just make him a little less trying to creep on me. I feel like he's trying to look at me in the shower.
See, like, I would get that. I got that vibe with like everyone in Dragon Age 2 because they made it so easy to romance. But it's like Zephyrin, he's just flirty. Period.
Yeah, I know. I just feel like he goes a little over the top for me personally. I feel like he's trying too hard, and it gets to the point where it's just too much for me.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
that's fair. That's fair.
No, to me, he feels like a character ripped right from the Princess.
Yes, he definitely does. I do appreciate
that. Like Zoro's like sidekick.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate the voice acting for him and the storyline, like his backstory. I really like it a lot, but I just don't. It's just something about him constantly trying to fuck me.
Yeah, he's the guy who makes inappropriate jokes. When you're like, "Hey, I'll order that crab stack," he's like, "Yeah, I'll get."
He's the guy when you call your mom at a sleepover. He's the one in the back moaning really loud to try and be like, "Oh, there's porn or something in the background."
Or he would grab the phone and be like, "Hello."
Yeah. Is this his mom? Ooh.
Hello. Would you like to come over?
I mean, he really does like win a lot, so like that whole thing is very funny.
I think, God, I don't want to. For my last one, I think I might change right now.
Shit. Hot take.
All right. Oh no, I'm going back to not a hot take. It's Fenris.
Oh.
It was okay. Not because again, I won't put him in the worst as in like I don't like him completely, but he's just really underwhelming to me.
Yeah.
I just wish that he was better because I know everybody loves him, and I wish I loved him that much. But I see the really good potential they have in the books for him right now.
Mm.
And if he's in Dragon Age 4, I assume that they will amp up his character a lot, and I think by then I will love him.
If he's not in Dragon Age 4, I would honestly see it as like a writing flaw. You're setting up for a fucking grand slam, like have him in Dragon Age 4.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if he was a companion.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either.
I actually don't think he's going to be a companion. I think he's going to be an enemy. But
ooh,
that's just serious,
bro. Hot take.
That's just serious.
I honestly think I'd like that.
That'd be cool. They could do it a cool way.
If you're because like the end of Trespasser, it sets up that the Inquisitor is going to try to make an alliance with Tevinter, Fenris is not going to stand for that.
No.
Fenris also doesn't like dangerous magical things.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I think he might be an enemy, but it might be like a conflicted enemy, kind of like Calpurnia, where like eventually they're like, okay, yeah, whatever, I'll help you, or just go away.
Once he realizes the threat that Solus actually poses, he'll reluctantly join your side.
But I do think in the beginning, he's if he shows up, I don't think he's going to be friendly.
Yeah.
So, I don't like you, but I don't like that egghead more. So.
Yeah, especially how he appeared in the Blue Wraith. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, for sure.
This is how this is going to be.
Yeah. So before I changed it to Fenris, it was Aveline. But let me explain. Let me explain. Again, it's the same thing for Fenris, which is I just think that she's not super interesting. I feel like she's pretty plain. But it's not like I dislike her or I hate her. It was just she's there. It's okay.
Gotcha.
And I feel like indifference is like almost as bad as hate. And so I think that also just the fact that I just took her off for Fenris, I think shows that I don't dislike her. I'm just indifferent. And I think that I shouldn't be indifferent. But I do love the storyline with her and Donick. I think it's great. Or Donan, sorry. But yeah, that's my worst list, and oh no, I was right the first time when I said Donick. Yeah, I do like that storyline. I just feel like I could care more, and I don't.
All right, friends.
Now that I'm done hurting you, go ahead.
Yeah, let me hurt you.
I'm ready.
Immediately, even before I made my top 5, I already knew my most hated character.
Same. And I have a feeling it's gonna be the same person.
Who is it?
I really don't like Solus.
Yes.
I really don't like Solus. I agree that he is one of the most well-written characters in Dragon Age.
Mm-hmm.
I just hate characters with a superiority complex.
But that's the thing, he is better than us.
True.
It's okay, cool, but like while you're playing the game, you don't know that. You just think that this is some elf apostate mage that's here with the Inquisition just because he wants to be here. I believe he will be a fantastic antagonist in Dragon Age 4, and hopefully maybe I'll like him more then. I just was so turned off by his character like the entire time I was watching the playthrough that I was watching. I just don't like him, and I try so hard to like him. Like, I want to like his character. I just can't handle him. And then if you're, like, not a mage, then he just doesn't like you. And, like, that's just, like, excuse me. Like, you don't have to be a bitch.
But, like, his whole thing for not liking you is because you don't really understand magic. It'd be like if all of a sudden water disappeared from the world and you went up to someone and you're like, yeah, fuck water. I don't care about water. You'd be like, dude, I need water to live.
I get that. I just, throughout the game, like, I just was,
Every time you tried to like him, you hated him.
Exactly, and then the romance line.
Oh.
I just don't understand the romance line. Like, the Fade kiss felt so forced, and it didn't feel like a really, like, nice, like, proper smooch, and I just didn't.
It felt like a middle schooler giving you a peck.
Yeah. And, like, I understand some people fucking love that shit. I despise it. Like, I can't handle forced feeling relationships, and that's why I don't like him.
Okay, totally fair.
All right. What else we got?
My next one might be. Oh, sorry. Were you going to say something?
No. I said let's see what we got.
Okay. My next one might be a tiny bit controversial. I really don't like Blackwall.
Agreed.
Escándalo.
Throughout the game, he's forgettable. Like, some people just forget that Blackwall is a character.
Yeah.
Which sucks, because, like, the idea was there. Super cool to have this guy fake to be a warden. But I hate how they made him such a bad guy before he was a warden. It just made me not like him at all. like, you literally killed a bunch of men and then you decided to take this guy's name because you fucked up. I see the appeal, but I feel like it could have been written so much more
Nuance.
Nuanced, yeah.
Yeah.
And like theft, my note for fun was like identity theft isn't a joke.
Damn it, Jim.
And then
I
like
understand.
for funsies, I like watched the like Blackwall romance.
Ugh.
And that's
It's
just
a
like
good one.
that's just like another romance is just there to be there, and like is an option and isn't really written. Like, I don't think you should forgive a person for lying to you the entire time you knew them, and I hate how that's an option. Like,
Okay.
so mm-mm.
I love Blackwall. I understand where you're
Me too.
coming from. I really do. I definitely think his storyline could have been a little more nuanced, but I think the fact that he did murder a bunch of people and then is like, well, I have to go atone, that's what the Grey Wardens should be. It's not what they are.
It's also
Like,
the same thing with Sten.
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
Sten! Oh my gosh, Sten didn't get on my list. Oh, I feel
Adamant.
has
love
anyone
him.
read Game of Thrones?
No.
I've read the first book. I'm in the middle of reading the second, and I've watched the whole
Okay.
series.
It's a fair comparable comparison that basically there's a thing called the Night's Watch. The Night's Watch was an honorable thing, and now it's viewed as a criminal punishment. You know, the Grey Wardens should be this idea of redemption and volunteering and helping, but now it's just a punishment. Well, he's messed up. Send him to the Grey Wardens.
All right, so
I see that.
Very quick thing to add to that. I used to send him to the Grey Wardens, because I was like, oh, you got to atone, go to the Grey Wardens, they'll help you. But then I found out that if you romance him and then send him to the Grey Wardens, that he dies.
Yep, he dies.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
If you romance him and send him to the Grey Wardens, he fucking dies. So I don't send him to the Grey Wardens now. I just keep him as my close friend, Tom. My boy, Tommy, just hanging out with me.
All right.
I'm so glad I haven't made it to that point yet.
So, my bottom 3 is kind of... I don't hate a lot of characters in Dragon Age. But I'm also not, like, a spiteful, hateful person.
Yeah.
So, like, my bottom 3 is more like I can't really tolerate them.
Yeah, just disappointment. I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed.
Yeah,
And mildly irks.
Yes. So, one of them was mentioned, I don't know how to feel about Anders.
Boo, Anders.
Like, there's part of me who's like, oh, I just don't like justice. But at the same time, he keeps on making the point that, like, justice and I is one. And then, like, every time I'm like, okay, so then I just hate you. And, like, the only redeemable thing that I like about him is he 100% was like, yeah, I killed the circle because I want mages to be free, and that was 100% me. Like, that in a character is so rare that I, like, appreciated how much he takes blame.
Yeah.
But, like, also the romance at the end just feels really awkward because you could just be like, yes, let's go!
Yeah,
And it's like, dude, if that was me, I would be like, you murdering son of a bitch, go to the fucking circle and die.
It's totally cool that you bombed out that church. You want to fucking go off into the distance with me?
Yeah,
10 out of 10 would do again.
And, like, I guess in some way, if you play your mage kind of, like, anti-circle, then yes, that would make sense. But, like, I don't know, I wouldn't play Hawk like that, so that's why...
Yeah.
That's fair.
He doesn't sit right with me.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 4 might be controversial, because I know a lot of people like her, but I'm going off of knowing only Inquisition and, like, Dragon Age 2 stuff. Morgan.
My heart.
I know, I'm sorry.
My
But
wife.
she's another superiority complex, and I just can't handle that. Like, when she was, like, okay, so the playthrough I watched was, like, Dalish Elf, Inquisitor, and, like, she was a mage. So, Morrigan being like, oh, I know about this. Well, I know everything about it, and I know everything about Illuvia. And it's like, true, you have some knowledge, but also you're talking to a Dalish elf who probably has known about this shit for a while. And, like, through the playthrough I was watching, like the people I was watching was like, why? How dare she say she knows more about my heritage?
Yeah,
She's a
I would
mansplainer.
I would like to come to Morgan's defense to say that she has been studying this shit for a long ass time, and the Elven Inquisitor doesn't know everything about that stuff, and she does fill in the gaps.
And that's true.
And also,
I give you that.
I also want to throw in that if depending on how you end Dragon Age Origins with her as a romance, she tends to be vastly softer.
yes,
and
true.
in Inquisition, and you can she's different in a really good way.
Okay, then maybe I just need to like give her a second chance. But with the chance that I'm giving her now, she's bottom 5.
I hate Morgan so much that I purposely let her drink from the well every time, only because I know that she's adventured to Flemeth, her mother.
Oof.
Like,
Anyways,
yes, of course, please drink from this dangerous well.
Go ahead.
Enjoy it.
so in this, I literally couldn't think of anybody for my last one. I literally just put gambling because he's an asshole and I really don't like him. But I feel like any bottom 5 list wouldn't be complete with the actual antagonist of Dragon Age 2. So yeah, fuck that guy in particular.
I love it. It's great.
And that's my 5, so
Hell yeah, good shit.
Good 5, good 5.
thank you. I think it's well-rounded and assholes.
Yeah. All right,
Oh.
Asia, what you got for us?
Okay, so my first least favorite is pretty controversial because
Ooh.
everyone loves this person.
Oh no.
My number 5 is Meryl.
My wife.
Excuse me. Excuse
My heart.
me. I feel personally attacked right now.
See,
I
knew
am
this was
racked with sadness.
Meryl was the very first thing I wrote down because I was like, yes, Meryl. And I know that makes me a monster. I know. I'm well aware of this. But hear me out. So the first playthrough I did, like I explained with DA2, like I purposely didn't get attached to anyone. But when you get to her quest to fix the Dark Illuvian, I was like, no, you're not fixing that thing. No. And she gets really mad with you.
Yeah.
And yeah. That kind of like tarnished my relationship with her since then. I have tried to remedy it. I've romanced her. I still am like, I don't get it.
She's so cute.
She is very cute. I will give you that. She's very sweet and innocent.
I love her.
And like I get why people like her. But this is the case of like as you guys were saying with some of the like this is how I feel like towards how you guys feel about Fenris.
Yeah.
Where it's like there's just nothing. Like she's cute and that's it. And like I do think her story sometimes is interesting. Like she makes bad choices and then has to live with them, but like it all depends on how it turns out. Like if
I get it.
So like I just that's the only one where like I don't like Meryl. I get why people like her. I literally like never use her in my party at all. I was like, oh, she can't heal? I don't need her. So the next one we have well discussed is Anders.
Yep.
Yeah, fuck that bitch.
and like was brought up before, like I actually really liked him in Awakening. I was like, oh, he's adorable. Oh, what happened to him in Dragon Age 2? Stupid Justice. I don't like you. But yeah, we've pretty much discussed it. The only thing is like I'm always conflicted at the end where once he blows up the chantry of what to do with Anders. Because he wants you to kill him, and I want to kill him too, but like that martyrs him. So it's like I'm always there for like a good 5 minutes, being like, okay, what am I gonna do?
Burn the witch.
Yeah, but that's what he wants.
Let
Like
him-
I don't want
I want
to
him to
give
burn.
him what he wants. Like I would rather have him live and have everyone hate him.
I think then just somebody else would kill him. And
If
then
only there was
rob
an
me of my
option to make him like a
satisfaction.
court jester.
I mean, Sebastian then will like bring down armies upon you if you don't. Which I mean, he could kill him then. I don't know.
I'm surprised Sebastian was on anybody's list. A lot of people don't like Sebastian.
I don't like Sebastian, but I'm like iffy about him. So
I like
he
him.
ended up. I always forget
Anything
him.
about him.
Yeah, like you always forget him because he's just barely there.
Yeah.
No, because
Yeah.
I haven't played the DLC yet.
Oh.
Oh, like honestly, like having the DLC in it, it's like, oh right, I have this other character. Like he feels
Oh, yeah,
so
I totally
shoehorned
forgot about
in.
it.
Yeah,
I'll give you that. He definitely does. But I still like him.
but it's sad because like his voice actor's really good. Like I really like the voice of Sebastian, so I like bringing him along, and then I'm always like, you need to go now. I don't just. So number 3 is Blackwall.
Of that bitch in particular.
My boy.
I was fine with Blackwall until I romanced him, and then I did not care anymore.
That poor
Such a
boy.
weird romance.
You got a taste, and you're like, nah, he's kind of gross.
He leaves you alone, naked in that barn with a note saying bye. Like, no thanks.
It's so mean.
It's
I wish
not
someone would leave me
romantic.
alone in a barn.
It's like he has his way with you, and it's like, and that's after like hours and hours of him being like, no, we can't. It's not proper. And then he does
No,
like the
what would
terrible
others
thing.
think?
Yeah, like Blackwall.
Oh, I stomped right up to him. I was like, what the fuck was that?
Well, and like I was hoping romancing him, I would get more of a context for when he gets arrested, because the first time that happened, I was like, wait, what? I just thought Blackwall like bugged out somewhere. Like I thought the game literally bugged. I was like, oh, Blackwall's gone. Well, I just kept going on with my game.
I have oh, good.
But like once like you're in the jail, it's like, okay, I guess. Whatever. Just came out of nowhere. Yeah.
I have a friend of mine who went the entire game and didn't even know Blackwall existed and never recruited him.
Yeah, like you
Oh my God.
totally do that. Like
I was like, what the fuck? How did you miss that? He's like, I was going through the game really quickly.
like
Oh,
I
man.
don't get me wrong, I do like there are times when I love his banter with all the other characters, but like as a character himself, I'm like, ugh, whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's fair.
I get it. Who
He's
you,
not
Okay.
everyone's
who,
cup of
who you
tea.
got next?
Alright, so here's someone who hasn't shown up on anyone's list.
Ooh.
How? I
Which
hate
one?
How.
Which one?
How?
Wait.
Well, no,
Oh.
not Nathaniel. Not
Okay.
Nathaniel.
Earl
No.
Howe. Okay.
No. Earl Howe. No. Nathaniel actually kept going on my favorite list and then got bumped off.
Because I was gonna say, because
Like,
Nathaniel's a
repeatedly.
fucking good boy.
No, I love Nathaniel. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong.
Okay. Yeah. How's a fucking bastard?
Who?
Yeah.
Oh, how?
Earl Howe, he's in Dragon Age Origins.
Ah.
Specifically, if you do the noble origin.
Oh, wait, no, yeah, I know that bitch.
Yeah. It's played by Tim Curry. I love
Oh my
him.
God.
He is
But-
a blessing.
Yeah, like that character is just so villainous. Like that, like he's a really well written villain, and then Tim Curry just plays it to the nines. So it's fantastic. He does what he's supposed to do. So I really don't like him.
Tim Curry always does a good job.
I know the like noble cutscene, and that's about all I know about that Earl. But like, part of me like hopes that he comes. Like, I want him to come back just so I can stab him.
Well, if you play if you play any of the origins, like you will eventually encounter Earl Howe.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter. Like the first time I played through, I played as a mage. So like when Howe shows up, I was like, "Who's this guy?"
Yeah, I'll be honest. I wish that they sprinkled them in the game more for everybody else,
Yeah.
so you had
So-
more context when you get to that final part of them.
Yeah. Like if you want context, play the noble origin. If you don't care, like you're still gonna encounter him in all of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I asked my friend who actually got me into Dragon Age, like, Tim Curry's in this game and he just like shows up at the end. What? And she's like, oh, you didn't do the noble origin. I was like, no, I didn't. I guess I have to do that now.
Alright. I like that. That was a good one. That was a good one I didn't expect.
And then my number 1 is Solus.
Fuck him. Fuck him.
My egg!
Not my fade nerd.
Like, I get it. And he is a very well-written villain. Like, I like the turn, although I saw it coming a mile away. That's okay.
I'll be honest, I did not.
The only thing I didn't expect was, like, at the end credits when, like, he doesn't necessarily kill Mathal, but, like, that scene, yeah. I wasn't expecting that. I was shocked by that. I was like, what? But...
No one told me he'd be leaving, and then all of a sudden I'm like, where'd my Solus go? And
Where'd he
my friend Mo was like, oh yeah, he leaves you. I'm like, why?
He left for a pack of cigs and...
I remember I was super grumpy. I was like, now I gotta use Dorian.
That is not a bad trade.
I love Dorian, don't get me wrong, but I wasn't prepared. I was like, I had all my best gear on Solus, and now he just left with my good gear.
He leaves with your good gear because he's that much of a jerk. I always make sure he has the worst stuff. I'm like, here's some rags.
Now I gotta use this.
Here's some rags
for no reason.
But like my feelings towards Solus were very like just neutral until I actually tried to romance him, which, as previously mentioned, I tried to. It didn't work. I romanced Bull, and then I played again and did successfully finish the Solus romance and hated him because of that romance.
Oh, I love it. It's fucking great.
Because the entire time he's just like, no, we can't do this. Just like Blackwall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
to say that.
It's the exact type of thing. And I already had tried, like, I had already gone through the Blackwall romance. And I'm like, not this again. I don't, like, I know he's the most popular person to romance.
What do the other spirits think?
What do the other spirits think? They're all watching.
I was about to say, the spirits are watching.
That's why the Fade Kiss doesn't make sense to me either.
It
Because
makes
you would
no
think all of his,
sense.
like all of his spirit friends would be like, yo, he's back. We gotta have a conversation, dude. Some wild shit happened. And then it's just smoosh. And he's like, wait, what?
This is all the spirits like that.
Hey.
He like brings you in for a kiss, pushes you away, and is like, we can't. I'm like, you literally just pulled me in for a kiss. What?
Got him. I love it. It's
like, I don't get why it's popular. I know it is the most popular, and mine is the least popular. I understand this, but...
It's because it hurts you the most at the end.
People like to be hurt.
I don't want to hurt. Maybe I want a nice, like, happy...
Everybody's on a pain kink lately.
Yes.
Well, I mean, and that's the only reason why I actually, like, was like, okay, I have to actually go through and do this whole romance, because in the middle of my Iron Bull romance is when Trespasser came out.
Mm.
Oh.
And I was like, okay, I have to, like, start this from the beginning and actually get a Solus romance going because I need to know what's going to happen.
All right, it's Rowan. You're up with your worst now.
All right,
let's get it on. Let's see.
I'm gonna start out with gentle hate and then kind of progress into like.
Oh no!
This person. So that first person is gonna be Carver Ha.
Oh,
all right. So I want to say I was very shocked how up until now he didn't appear because I like him a lot and I think that everybody hates him too much for no reason.
I don't like him.
I mean, no. There is a reason. I'm sorry. There are reasons, but I feel like people are too hard on him.
Nah, I hate that guy. Every time I try and say something's hot, he's like, no, mother wouldn't like that. You can't do that. Like, Carver, get out of here. Go do your own thing. Why are you tagging along?
Letting him be a warden, like, definitely improves. Like, I didn't like him for the longest time, and then I actually let him be a warden.
He's trying his best.
I let him be a warden just so he wouldn't bug me.
You just have to you gotta piss off mom one time, and then he's Christine.
Alright, next one is gonna be, and Baron, you're not gonna be happy.
Oh no.
It's Logain.
No!
Wow.
No! My heart!
Hot take.
I am a fake fan. I have not read the prequel books to Dragon Age Origins,
That's okay.
so I don't know all his nuance. All I know is that in the opening scenes, his friend, his lifelong companion's like, all right, let's fight these Darkspawn. I want to be the hero. We need to stand our ground. And he's like, nope, let's leave. Bye,
No,
everyone.
that's his lifelong companion's son.
I'll say, to make it even worse when you find out that it's his literal best friend's son.
Yeah.
So it makes the pain even worse, but also better.
Turns out people are like, no, I gotta defend him. It was a helpless battle. It's like, all right, well, I mean, it wasn't though. You guys were doing perfectly okay.
They were never gonna win it.
Wait a couple minutes after the signal.
No, I agree with you.
It was like, nope, I'm done here. All right, bye.
I agree with you there, but there are other depending on your choices, and I will not go into spoilers.
Mm-hmm.
Other things can happen that redeemed him in my eyes.
I want to throw out there. I'd like to just throw out that I feel like if all the Grey Wardens, I feel like that they might have had a chance in that battle. I feel like it was.
I definitely do.
I know. Was it Asia? You said that you didn't think that they could have won.
They wouldn't have won.
I think there would be a chance. I think so.
There was Duncan and three Grey Wardens, and then a whole bunch of soldiers, and all of those Darkspawn. They would.
Yeah, but in the cinematic, the fucking soldiers are beating the Darkspawn's ass for the majority until the end when they call for reinforcements.
Yeah, because it's Darkspawn. They had a whole bunch of orders.
What messes up is our part as the warden, and that's it.
Yeah.
Everything else is going fine. He looks up at the tower for 2 seconds. He's like, all right.
Nah, fuck those guys.
And I'm not going to wait for anything to happen either. Let's just go home.
I mean, but if you listen to the king where he's just like, we're going to be warriors of legend, blah, 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 blah. And Logan's just over there being like, oh my god, this kid's an idiot.
Okay.
That's fair. All right. We're getting into some deeper hate now.
Oh god.
Oh!
Can't stand him.
I mean, I agree. I don't like him either.
He's all brewed and too much mood. Can't deal with it.
Oh boy.
Because I always play a mage almost every time. It's so rare that I don't. Even when I pick playthroughs where I'm not like I've tried to play an anti-mage person, and Venrus still hates me. And it's like, all right, well, I hate you too.
Fenris disapproves.
Fenris disapproves plus
Fenris
10.
disapproves. And it's like, no matter what I do, I was like, God, you appreciate anything here?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does if you pick on Meryl.
That's what I feel. I feel like I can't say anything without him being like plus 10 fucking rivalry. I'm like, God damn it, Fenris!
The only time you can get Anders and Fenris to approve is if you pick on Meryl, and it's hilarious.
You leave my beat alone.
Oh, I pick on Meryl.
How dare you?
I got another one.
Okay, who you got?
Morgan.
Welcome to the club. It's good spot.
Everybody's attacking my wife.
She's so condescending.
Yeah, she is.
So arrogant. And she's like, no, I've studied these ancient things. It's like, lady, you lived in a woods and people thought you turned into frogs. What do you really know?
She turns into a dragon.
I guess I just have a thing for witches that are condescending.
Yeah.
You just want,
it's
But you don't like Vivian!
I can survive in the
I
woods.
said witches, not me.
You can't do it no matter what. I've tried romancing her. It's like I give her a thing and she's like, oh good, a trinket. I'll just stomp on it later. It's like, all right, well thanks.
And then I go, Morgan, no, stomp on me later.
I don't even think she's that attractive either.
she's not. She's
I love
not
her.
that cute.
I love her so much.
She feels like the failed attempt at making the cool goth girl in the
Yeah.
party, and you just don't like her.
The thing is, though, I just don't feel like it's failed, though. I feel like she's a cool goth girl.
I mean, I don't know. There was so much potential, I think, with her character, and I feel like I want to like her, but I can't.
Get through Origins.
Yeah,
and with a romance her in Origins, or at least watch a playthrough of it, and then go through the Witch Hunt DLC as well. And it just adds so much to her, and especially in Inquisition,
She feels so shoehorned in Inquisition, though.
At first, I felt a little weird about it. I mean, not even weird. I was immediately like, "Hell yeah, fucking, she's there!" But I just thought it was kind of like, "Oh, she's." I don't know. The story of it is, I don't know.
No, I'm at the Winter Palace. I'm trying to solve this little crisis, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Oh yeah, here's a witch that we randomly introduced to you." And again, Inquisition was my first game, so I'm like, "All right, who is she?" And everyone's just suddenly like, "Ooh, it's Morgan." I'm like, "All right, but yeah, who is she?" "Ooh, it's Morgan." But who's Morgan?
She's perfection.
That's how I felt. Yeah.
She is my wife.
Okay, well, in defense of her not just randomly showing up, once you find out about her backstory, it's actually not that random.
Yeah, it makes a little more sense when she shows up. I understand. Just first time playing through, I'm like, all right, cool. She got feathers on her shoulder. What else?
I love it. I love the opinions on it from everybody. It's great.
So that was me with Hal when you fight him in Origins. It's like, who's this?
It's like, ooh, Tim Curry, what you doing here?
Yeah, it's like, what are you doing here? Why do I have to fight you? Oh, okay. Whatever.
This is the guy from Muppet Treasure Island?
And so, my most hated character, like, almost any franchise ever.
Oh boy.
Shit.
Here we go.
I hate this character.
Oh my god, I'm so hyped. What is it?
Vivienne.
Yeah!
No!
Yeah!
Deep hatred.
Yeah,
It's like, okay, so her whole thing is that, like, oh, I'm a mage, but I'm important because I'm high society. It's like, no, that society hates you.
Exactly.
And everything about you. You are not above the mages. And then she's like, well, I mean, if the mages just try hard. It's like, no, they still don't like you. You are still a mage.
She's a
Everyone
bastard.
in your little court fears and hates you.
But
But
she's
they have to be nice to you.
That's the big drastic thing between her and Morrigan for me, is that she's just so much worse.
So when you first meet Vivienne, if any other mage froze a baron like that, they'd be put to death instantly. Like, there's a mission in the Hinterlands when it's the wife whose ring is lost because the husband, and like the Templars killed the husband because he had a shovel. And Vivienne's out here like, nah, mages don't face any discrimination. They just have to try harder.
All right, and Witchy, what were you gonna say? Who you're trying to?
Oh, what I was trying to say is, like, Vivienne's well aware of that. Like, I think that's what makes her an interesting character. Like, she's clawed her way up from the circle into the court, and so like she knows that like she's still like looked down upon, which is why like I really didn't like her until I actually made her divine, because it then becomes apparent of like she's finally successful.
I'm also
But
gonna I want to correct myself real quick because I thought Witchy was the one who was asking the question. It was you.
Sorry.
She does. No, I'm sorry. Are you trying to speak?
Yeah, I mean, there's part of me who's like, oh, Vivienne's cool because she's just a boss-ass bitch. But then there's like the other part of me is like, okay, she's kind of perpetrating the problem with like mages and like mages within power structures that I understand why people don't like her.
Yeah, no,
nothing to fix the problem.
I completely agree on that. Like, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But at the same time, she's still super nice to the Inquisitor, even though if you play her right and like if you actually become friends with her, she treats you like really sweetly, and like that's why I kind of I don't know. She's like in the middle of the road for me. Like, I don't hate her to the point that I need to never have her in my party, but like I see where she's coming from, I guess.
That's why when I had her on my list, I do like her by the end of the game, because I feel like the relationship is finally her not being an ass.
She and Morgan to me are very similar. Like, Morgan knows her place in the world, and so does Viv. So I don't know. I like them both so much.
I can go a whole playthrough without even talking, and I'd be pretty happy.
Same. Like I feel bad when I don't put her in my party, but like I'm usually playing as a mage, and like it's me and Dorian. That's all you need.
Yeah.
So like I get it. Like I have to actively be like, okay, I'm gonna put Vivian in my party this time.
Mm-hmm.
But
all right.
Yeah. There we go.
Well, what's up?
As a little bonus, I hate Sarah.
Yeah.
That's a good bean.
can I can I do 2 honorable mentions on my
Yeah,
favorite?
go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Please go ahead.
we already discussed Logain, and we kind of discussed it very quickly, but Nathaniel Howe is a favorite of
Yes,
mine.
he's a good boy.
And he like eternally got done dirty basically because he's just in Awakening, and I don't particularly like Awakening, but I will play it specifically for him, and then I'll be like halfway through like, oh, I remember why I don't like Awakening. But he's a good boy, and I really, 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 really hope he comes back in DA4.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Anybody else have an honorable mention they want to drop before we depart?
No.
Every dog or
Yeah, there you go.
animal companion. They are the sweetest boys, and they will always be good in my eyes. Holla.
Little barbarians.
My honorable mention before we get out of here is Shale.
Yes, Shale.
Yeah,
Okay.
Shale is a big honorable mention for me. I love her. She is the big stony girl. I love her so much.
I've heard so much about her. I can't wait to finally like see her.
Yeah,
Shale.
Pretty cool.
Shale is a DLC, so just make sure you have that DLC before you start.
Yeah.
I bet if I buy the Steam Ultimate, I
Yeah.
should be able.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
yeah, for
cool.
sure.
She's in that. Yep.
Sounds good.
All right. So, thank you guys so fucking much for being here. I appreciate it. I had a fucking awesome time.
This was so fun.
Yes,
so
it
much
was.
It really
fun.
was.
We definitely got to do it again. And thank you everybody else who came in to listen / watch. I appreciate it immensely, and we can't wait for you to check out the next one. And peace out. Bye.
Bye.
Dude.